Good morning, everybody. This is Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus. I didn't. I had camera problems when I was doing this, and throughout the project, it does change quite a bit. So we are in the Pharaoh's throne room, and they have already gone and spoken to the elders. Moses and Aaron have spoken to the elders of the tribes of Israel and told them what is going to be happening and that they are going to be needing to leave Egypt. The Pharaoh that kicked Moses out, or wanted to kill Moses, we'll put it that way, because he killed the Egyptian, he's gone, he's dead. So are the others who were involved in that. So he is pretty well safe in front of this Pharaoh as far as going in and talking to him as the leader of the Jewish nation. Something to note, we said Aaron is his brother, his older brother. But what I forgot to tell you is that Aaron, which means Moses also, is of the tribe of Levi. Now that's significant because the tribe of Levi was named as the ones to carry the Ark of the Covenant. They were the priest tribe. But that hasn't happened yet. But I just thought I would make a note of that because since Moses was chosen and and Aaron are the ones leading him out, then that makes a lot more sense to put that they would have come from the tribe of Levi. Okay, what you see me doing now is painting in the Pharaoh's throne. And I put it up on kind of a pedestal here because he always tries to sit up higher than the rest of the people in the room because he has that seat of power. So I'll be painting Moses in here pretty soon. But Moses comes in and he does it. He introduces himself as sent from God. And when he's asked God's name, he says that his God is I am. Now, that's obviously something significant because when God told Moses his name, he says, I am that I am. And of course, in the Hebrew, we don't know what that, or Egyptians, either one, we don't know exactly what that word was. But, because sometimes things don't translate quite, but yet it's very significant. I am, which puts him in a singular position. That's the way I'm catching it. And they recognize what that means. So he's not recognizing any of the Egyptian gods. And if you will remember back when Joseph met the Pharaoh and was able to interpret that Pharaoh's dreams, that Pharaoh, when he addressed the God of Israel, he didn't say your God, he said God. And even if he didn't believe in a single God, he recognized it. He recognized that at least it was important to Israel. Okay, back to where we are. And I had so many troubles with the camera last night. And I don't know if it up and went to time lapse or what, but well, you'll see the difference, changes that I make in here as I go along. Okay, so we're now putting Moses in. And of course, I've told you what he tells the priest. And when they went to the elders of the tribe, then, or elders of Israel, they also used that term and they showed them all the signs. And that includes the staff turning into a snake, the hand with the leprosy, and then healing, because they knew only God could make that kind of healing. So it signified that Moses was the, okay, what's the word I'm looking for? Moses was given the power to do these things from God. God said, he told Moses he would never leave him. So those powers are coming through Moses, but they're being sent through Moses by God. And well, we can parallel that to the disciples of the New Testament, but they were given the power through the Holy Spirit to cast out demons. And so we can kind of liken it to that. And just while I'm trying to put this picture together, when during the time of when Moses was first born, and that Pharaoh had told them to kill every firstborn, or every infant, every, I think at first he said firstborn, and then he said every infant boy. And Moses was saved from that. And God protected him by having the Pharaoh adopt him. So here is him putting his staff down, and it is turning into a snake. And I haven't painted Pharaoh in yet. But so in this time when he is in the throne room of the palace, here we go. He's trying to put the Pharaoh in now. Pharaoh has that large headpiece and the fake beard. There's something to note there, because the for some reason I let I let my brush get too wet sometimes, and I'd forget to dry it off in between things. So that's why I was dabbing that. I don't know why I'm telling you all that, but where was I? Lost my head, lost my thinking. Okay, so Pharaoh, of course, I'm putting Pharaoh in his throne now. And he wears that headpiece, he's the only one that wears that. He also wears a golden necklace. That his beard is fake. I think, I don't know what they carved him out of wood or what, but his beard was fake. They shaved their heads. They shaved everything because of the lice. And the Israelites, they put oil on their heads. And I think when it comes to talking about the precious oils, I think maybe they're made, the precious oils, and this is just me, maybe the precious oils were made out of something else, something maybe more fragrant. Now, to go back and remember, the Egyptians looked down on the Hebrews. They looked down on everybody. They're a highly civilized society at the time. And so they just think that they're better than everybody else. And I, this is one of those times I tried to correct the camera and ended up, there we go. I put a kind of a cobra head on, and not a very realistic one. I I painted out all of the magicians and I painted out Moses. I was not happy with how they turned out. So I went back. But I gave him a cobra head because they are in Egypt. And it's not a realistic cobra head, it's just a hood. And I used the white to kind of help shape that. So I'm trying to make Moses a little larger, and so because he was just so tiny, he just didn't hardly show up in the room. But he is so significant to this that I do want him to look larger because of he's carrying the power of God with him. And since he is now, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with my brush here. But now Moses is larger. He's wearing his robes like everybody in those days, but he's still wearing the brown robe. I guess what I should call it maybe is the brown kind of, for me, signifies neutral or insignificant, earthy, because they were kind of earthy. And they were in the land of Goshen, which was kind of already kind of irrigated with the delta there. And so for sheep, they could walk along that delta and go through the grassy patches and eat the grass. And they had to be separate from the Egyptians because of, well, sheep will they will eat the grass down really low. Then it's hard for cattle to eat. So, and it was also the class thing. These are going to be the magicians. And what Moses is asking for at this point is for the Pharaoh to let them go and let them go into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Hebrew God. And Pharaoh's not moving on this. He is not letting it happen. This is where Moses' serpent is eating up all the other serpents because the magicians put their rods down and they turned to snakes, and Moses ate all of theirs up, took all of their power, and they were left without staffs. So that's it for this one. It got turned short because this all got cut out. I will see you tomorrow. I love you all. Stay safe.